We're live. Happy Friday, guys. I am Alexandra. I'm the founder of Life with Herpes. I'm excited to be going live with you today. All right, so we'll let people join. It's Friday. Is everyone excited that it's Friday? It's Mother's Day weekend, family weekend. Okay, I'm trying to slide this. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to my channel, you know that what is that outside? If you're new to my channel, you know that I have had, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited for you to be here. This is your opportunity to ask your questions. If you have been watching me, following me, you know that I've been talking about living with herpes publicly since 2017. I have both HSV1 oral and HSV2 genital. So I have both types right there, up and down. So I'm a jack of all trades. Right? I understand what it's like to have oral outbreaks, and I also, of course, understand what it's like to have genital outbreaks. With that being said, I actually had a pretty stressful morning, self-induced, of course, and that for me is what causes my herpes outbreaks, to be honest. And I decided it's not going to happen. So I'm going to just get my supplements out right now, put them on the, I'm going to put them on my desk right here so that I can remember to take them after the live. These are the supplements that I love to take. They're called Lysine. They are L-Lysine. It is by Natural Care Labs, formerly known as Natural Care Labs, now known as Palmera Health. This is, in my opinion, the best lysine you can possibly purchase. Not only is it the best quality of ingredients, the labs have won many tests. They are lab tested. They have a good manufacturing stamp of appeal, and as well as the founder of the company is just truly dedicated to supporting people with immune health, aka people living with herpes. So he has become a good friend of mine, and he's just out here to break the stigma with me as well. All right. So with that being said, it's all linked for you. They were actually out of stock the last a couple weeks. So it's back in stock. It's linked for you. You can go check it out. You can order it. All right, guys. So if you guys are new, I do my best to go through the questions in order. I get hundreds of questions when I go live. And so sometimes I can't get to them all. So if you're like pressing to ask a question, go on ahead and ask it while it's light, while people are thinking about asking their questions. And it's so interesting. Once I get one question, like it just goes, thank you for watching and also spending your morning, or it could be your afternoon. It's almost afternoon for me, with me as well on a Friday. If you have herpes and are not following me, please follow me. Like I said, I go live. I do my best to educate. I have hundreds, thousands of videos that you can look at, you can learn from, as well as if you know someone that has herpes, and I'm sure you do, please share this information with them. Like I said, I'm doing my best to educate and get the word out there. So with your help, you can help definitely support the cause and also support your friend or family member or someone you're dating living with herpes. Thank you for the hearts. I just saw a heart. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, have you ever had a breakout on your thigh? I have not. I get mine in a couple of locations. So I get mine around my anal opening, and I get one on my tailbone. I have had them on the vaginal opening before. It's very far and few between, and that was where I used to get them initially, and it kind of just moved along the nerve. So just so that people are clear, an outbreak it's not going to show up on some random spot on your body. If you have, for example, genital herpes, it's going to travel along the nerve. So like I said, mine has now moved to my tailbone on my anal opening. I don't anticipate it jumping anywhere else. So it kind of stays in that area for me personally. But it is common for people to have herpes on their thighs. It is common for them to have it on their inner thigh. It's common for them to have them on their butt, their hamstring, their hip, underneath their belly button. It really can be anywhere in that kind of boxer region down there. And that's a big misconception because people think, oh, well, it's herpes down there, genital herpes, it has to be like on that area. And it can really be anywhere in this boxer region, all right? So keep that in mind. Hi. Hello. Hi. Have you ever had an outbreak on my outer thigh? I have not. How do you not feel resentment to your significant other for giving it to you and not knowing? I did. So let's go back. It was 2011, and I did. I was pissed. I was livid. I was angry. I look back at pictures of me back then, and I just wasn't, like, I'm trying to see if I have any up. I just wasn't happy. I can just tell I just wasn't a happy person. I was sad. I was all sorts of things. Really what resentment does is it's creating a poisonous cocktail for yourself. Being resentful to any person doesn't hurt them. It doesn't hurt them whatsoever, right? They just go on with their day. Okay, you resent, all right. Having hatred towards someone just hurts you. It's literally you creating your own toxic cocktail and drinking it. So you're drinking your own poison, and it continues to hurt you. Living in that, it like fuels your negativity, and it's probably going to cause more outbreaks. It's going to cause, potentially, if you're dating new people, it's going to cause you to attract people like that. Or you're not going to be able to attract anybody because everyone's going to be like, that person's still a little angry, right? So I realized I had to get out of that. I realized I had to make changes, and I started working on myself. I had to practice forgiveness. It was very, very, very hard. I had to practice love. I had to practice self-love. If I didn't love myself, I wasn't going to love anybody else, nor could anybody else love me. And if they did, it would have been a toxic relationship as well. So those are the things. So that's a great segue into how do we get over the anger, or how do we get over the depression, the anxiety, the anger, whatever it is, of a herpes diagnosis. So number one, I would say practice forgiveness. You got to forgive that partner. Whether your partner knew or did not know, you have to forgive that person. So if your partner knew and did not tell you, that person is dealing with his or her own shit, right? So they were not capable of disclosing to you. You have to forgive them for that, right? That person wasn't capable. I'm not giving them a hall pass, but that person wasn't capable. If the person didn't know that he or she had herpes, then they didn't know. They didn't know. If you don't know, you don't know. So again, continuing to practice that forgiveness is going to be key. The next thing is taking responsibility for your actions. So again, we like to blame that person. Well, you did this. Well, I chose to be intimate too. I chose to be in a relationship. I chose to be intimate. I made those decisions. So I take my responsibility for making those decisions. Cool. What does lysine do? So lysine, which this is what it looks like. Lysine is an essential amino acid, and what it does is it blocks the replication of the herpes virus. The herpes virus loves lysine. It is fuel. It is miracle grow. It is lighter fluid. Whatever you want to call it, it loves it. It's Popeye's spinach, right? It fuels it. Sorry, I'm off track. That is arginine. Guys, okay, let me back up. It's been a morning for me. Forget everything I said about lysine. Lysine, start fresh. Having a mind bloop at the moment. Lysine, essential amino acid. Arginine, essential amino acid. They are proteins. Both of them are essential for the building blocks of our body. This right here, lysine, right? This is lysine. What lysine does is it blocks the replication of the herpes virus. So I was saying that earlier. So what it does is it prevents it from replicating. It's like putting out a fire. Does it mean that the herpes virus is still going to replicate in your body? Yes, but it slows it down. It's like a firewall, right? It slows it down. Now, the other thing is arginine, what we were talking about when I was like getting off track. Arginine fuels the herpes virus. It's also an essential amino acid. It's a protein. It fuels the herpes virus, and it allows it to replicate. So it feeds it. So we want to have a higher lysine to lower arginine ratio. They're things we consume in our foods. We have to consume them. But by looking at things, we can either supplement them with lysine supplements, or we can have higher lysine food. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Sammy. I also love seeing the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the longest you've gone without an outbreak? 3 years. Well, 14 years if we're counting my HSV one. 14 years. Can sharing a drink pass the herpes virus? Yes and no. So here's my tea. I'm dehydrated. I need to drink this. Here's my tea. Let's say I had an active outbreak right now. I don't, but let's say I did. So I took a sip. And let's say I gave it, you can see my lip marks. Let's say I said, oh, take a sip. And you took a sip right in the exact same spot where I had an outbreak. That could potentially transmit it. Could it happen via viral shedding? It could. Will it happen? I doubt it, but it could happen. It's not very common, but things like drinks, pizza, chapstick, whatever, they're vehicles in which it can be transmitted, but it's not going to be as common. How much for a boyfriend experience? Are you asking me if you want to hang out? I'm married, but thank you. Does your outbreaks usually show up in the same spot? Yes, my outbreaks typically show up in the 2 same spots. How many partners have I had after my diagnosis? I dated someone for a number of years, 2 or 3 years post, and then my husband. So does my husband take any kind of supplements? He does not. My husband's like, I don't know, he doesn't take really any supplement. He takes vitamin D. That's it. How do you groom down there if you can't shave? So some women can shave. Some women have a hard time shaving now they've been diagnosed. For me personally, I actually had it lasered. So I had a laser hair removal, so I don't shave down there. If sometimes I have to trim here and there, but yeah, I had it all lasered. Oops. All my questions came up. You had your second outbreak on down there. It was the worst spot. Any tips if that happens again with the irritation on your CLIT? I would take an Epsom salt bath. I think that's going to be the best thing that you could possibly do. We have some here. We have the recovery soak, and it's formulated with essential oils to specifically help with wound healing, to specifically help with pain, to specifically help with skin repair. So this is 3 soaks, by the way. This is not 1. But it has oregano, geranium, and other essential oils in there. I would definitely recommend doing an Epsom salt soak. I would recommend doing that. I would recommend, I personally love the Everyday Wellness Oil. I have it linked for you. That's the one I love, but you guys happen to love the Rescue Balm. This is your guys' favorite. You can just apply it directly. This one has this like nice little cooling sensation because it has eucalyptus and peppermint in it. My son put his finger in it, but I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, yeah, it smells good. So I would say try those 2 things, definitely for the irritation and for the pain. You hate swallowing that pill. Yeah, I no longer take the antiviral. I take the supplement. So we were talking earlier about the Lysine. That's right here. Luckily, it is back in stock. So I take Lysine daily. I take Monolaurin daily right here. I take this daily to help us with the enveloped viruses, to help us break down the outer shell of the enveloped viruses. And then I take Andrographis also daily. These are the supplements I take daily to support my health, just my everything, to help with the viruses, to help with the herpes virus, to help with the viral load, all sorts of things. Is there anything I can take to help make the outbreak heal faster? So yes, so those supplements I just talked about are going to help it. So the Lysine's going to help tremendously, and the Monolaurin's going to help. tremendously. Thank you for the follows, you guys. I see that you followed. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the hearts. Like I said, I am here publicly talking about this. If you know someone that has herpes, please share this information with it. What's the lysine thing? I think I just talked about it. Let me know, Sarah, if you need me to get more in detail. So you're saying you've been taking the Lysine and Monolaurin, you haven't had outbreaks. That's awesome. That makes me happy to hear. Do you agree that most people get it from the people who are not aware they had it? I have seen that in most cases, that yes, most people pick up the herpes virus from a partner who's unaware that he or she has it. That's what I see. Can you still use it if you are bisexual? Use what? You mean the supplements? Absolutely. You mean the oils and things like that? Absolutely. Where do you purchase? It's all linked right here in my bio, and you'll have it, like each item is itemized in my, you'll see it. Can't miss it. What do you know about false positive herpes tests? So here is what I would say. When you're doing a blood draw, so they're drawing your blood to see if the antibodies are in your blood, not the herpes virus. It doesn't live in your blood. It's antibodies. I would say that if you tested positive for it, then you're positive. You have the antibodies. If you tested negative, yet you're getting outbreaks, then that would be a false negative, right? I would say go back and get tested again or get the actual viral DNA swabbed. So that's kind of what I'd say about it. Do you think it's possible to be with someone who has HSV2 positive and never test positive? So yeah, excellent segue into that. I've talked to people in my community that are like, I don't test positive for this, but I know I have it because I get outbreaks. Or when I get the outbreaks, I've had the actual lesion swabbed and that comes back positive. But when I do the blood test, it comes back negative. The best test that I could recommend is taking the Western blot test. It's BLOT, Western blot test. That's from the University of Washington, and I would say that would be the most accurate test. Can you show the last one again? The supplements, I'm not sure. So the supplements, these are supplements. I take Lysine daily. I take Andrographis daily, and I take Monolaurin daily. As far as wellness products that are like we can't keep in stock, well, I didn't even show this. This is the soap. The ones now are not multicolored. They're just white, I think. But we sell out of this every single month. We're always making new soaps. This is the Reviver soap. That's extremely helpful. And then this is the Rescue Balm. That is really helpful for each outbreak. $80 for shipping. That doesn't sound right. Where do you live, Samantha? That doesn't sound right at all. I'm not sure where are you international, maybe? Because they should not be that much for shipping. Is my partner negative? My partner is negative. He does not have it. My boyfriend close to not wear. Your boyfriend is not using protection for the last 6 months. What are the chances of him getting it? I can't really put a percent on it. I would say that it's less likely for a man to get it than for a woman to get it. There are some statistics out there saying like a man has like a 4 to 5% chance of picking it up, but I don't want you to look at those percents. I would say that if he has a healthy immune system, you don't have an outbreak, that's going to be the best way to prevent transmission. Yeah, you can order them on Amazon. The supplements I was talking about, you can order them on Amazon, but if you order them through the link on my website or link in my bio, you get 10% off. So Amazon, we don't have that. Do I have HSV1 or HSV2? I have both. I have HSV1 and HSV2. So I have HSV1 oral and HSV2 genital. Been living with them for years and years and years and years. HSV1 since 2003 and HSV2 since 2011. Do my husband and I use protection? We do not. All right, guys, I hope you have a happy, happy, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate seeing them. Hope you have a great day. And I'm glad that you joined me. All right, guys. Bye. Bye again. Let me try that again.